Hey, fuck that shit, I'm going straight for they top. Money train Glock, no, I can't be stopped. Yeah, Atlanta bitch tryna give me that mop. Sloppy top.
A huge proportion of people within the UK hate on D Block Europe for absolutely no reason, and I can't even tell you why, and I don't even think they can if we really was to break it down. And within this video we're going to do that. Before we do get into this though, shout out to DB with the new project PTSD2 Fire Project. Let's look at this though quickly. This is Opinionated Youth. This is their Twitter page. Here it says, in today's Sunday update, DB's new mixtape PTSD2 stands at number 2 with 6,632 sales. DB have a serious chart battle ahead this week of Australian pop rock giants 5 Seconds of Summer. They're holding the number 1 spot with 12.9k sales. I ain't even heard of them, but shout out to them. Again, D Block's Europe latest album clearly has been successful so far. We can also bring up the numbers on Spotify. PTSD2. As you can see, they dropped 29 songs. They're streaming very well. And as you can see here, like, all of the songs are performing very well so far. Again, I know 29 songs, of course, is stacked, but this is yet again just to show you guys that D Block Europe are continuously still performing. They've always been consistent when it comes to dropping albums. They've got so many projects. Not really, I don't think any UK rapper has this amount of actual projects on Spotify within the time that DB jumped into the game. Shout out to DB, man, because for me, again, I'm very passionate about like the UK wave scene, and I've said it in plenty of my videos, but the UK wave scene, I can actually only count a few artists on hand that actually make UK wave music. And again, within this video, I'm going to show you why it's important that we continue to support our wave artists, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real in this video. They're actually performing a lot better than majority of the UK artists in the game right now. But before I do actually touch on that though, because I've seen some even more foolishness. Like, I'm not gonna single people out, but I've seen some crazy tweets about D Block Europe's latest album, and that's when I can read in between the lines and realize that it's just hate. Because again, everyone of course is valid or welcome to have an opinion on the album. If you don't like the album, that's fair enough, but when you actually start looking at people's reasons to why they don't like the project, you can just sense that it's just some BS. So I've seen people say that like there's no substance, there's no depth within the album, and I've also seen people say like the lyrics are very predictable. I don't understand, because this narrative makes zero sense. Because if we look at the American trap scene, where all of these artists burst into the scene within, I'd say, 2016, they're all pretty much relevant now and on top of the game. And artists like 21 Savage, if we look at his discography, and we don't even need to listen to these songs, but my point is that if I was to play any track from, I don't know, Savage Mode 2, which is a classic album, I could personally predict the ad-libs that 21 Savage is going to use on every song. I can also predict what he's going to be talking about. I can then move on to another album like Without Warning. Again, predict the same ad-libs that he's going to use on all of these songs. I can also tell you what he's going to say on the songs. And to be fair, people, like I said, people want to talk about depth, but when people listen to 21 Savage, we're not looking at the depth or anything like that. This is trap music, wave music. We're just looking to catch a vibe. And we can use other artists, for example. So I don't know, maybe another one like Young Thug. So I've seen people say, like the DB album lacks substance. Like, so when I'm listening to a Young Thug album, or if I go from the jump to the end of his career, to the last project that he released, can anybody tell me how the substance has increased within the music? Nobody could come up with an answer. Young Thug's applied the same sort of vibe in his music from the jump to now. My main point is, what are you talking about? What depth are you expecting from DB? Why is it that D Block Europe have to now give substance and whatever? I think the UK need to actually worry about the other artists in the UK, because my point is, stop worrying about what D Block Europe are doing. D Block Europe are very comfortable within their career, as in they're making trap music, and like I said, I can count the amount of trap artists in the UK on my hand. And wait, are they not doing an O2 show Monday the 15th of December, Tuesday the 16th of December, Friday the 19th of December? So they've got 3 dates at the O2 next month, and all the UK are doing is pretty much hating. Again, I don't mind people having an opinion. Everyone's able to have an opinion. Like, I'm not someone to say people shouldn't have an opinion on the music, or people can't say DB are rubbish or their album's rubbish. But again, this is just pure hating. Nobody ever looks at these American artists asking for substance. You think I'm listening to a Future Metro Boomin looking for substance and depth? get out of it, man. This is wave music. Anyways, my point is, let's bring up someone like Stormzy. Oh no, let's look at DBE first. Let's actually see how successful they are doing. And numbers definitely don't paint the full story when it comes to the quality of something. But I just wanted to show you guys that they're making wave music and they're clearing 97% of the UK streaming wise and touring wise as well. Because we're going to look at what artists we reckon could sell out the O2, and you guys can tell me below. But they're currently on 10.6 million monthly listeners. Before the project dropped, they was on like 9 point something. Let's look at some of the artists. Yeah, it comes up down here. All right, I want to bring up Nate Smalls as well, another great trap artist who makes great trap projects and has from the start. 1.4 million monthly listeners, amazing, considering these guys don't get the promotion from the UK content creators or anyone, to be fair. They just got a core fan base, and that's what's keeping this UK wave alive. And I think a lot of other UK artists definitely needed to build up a core fan base, because so many artists have fell off, and we're not going to draw out artists because there's many artists that fell off that even I enjoy. But I just want to show you that this trap wave scene that we got going on, let's keep supporting these artists, because we definitely don't want this genre getting rubbed out like how every pretty much other UK rapper has been rubbed out. M Huncho, 1.1 million monthly listeners. Shout out to M Huncho again, dropped another fantastic project this year. But yeah, let's start to look at some of these other artists. So we've got Fredo here, 2.5 million monthly listeners. Okay, so DB obviously bigger than Fredo. Clavish, and this is not me throwing any shade on these artists. I listen to these artists and rock with Fredo. Clavish's example, for example, K-Trap. We go Nines, who's got an amazing discography. The UK, of course, are lacking when it comes to supporting his stuff. Heady One, Digga D. These are some of the top artists within the UK rap game. Tion Wayne, Gigs. We can keep going. H. So D Block Europe are clearing all of these artists streaming wise. Missed. Even Nate Smalls is streaming higher than some of these artists. And again, Nate Smalls does not get the backing he deserves, but fair play. SL, Abracadabra. We can keep going. J Hus. It's actually insane, to be fair. Shout out to Young Bane as well, man. Still popping as well. We need him to jump back on the trap wave. He can't be another one of the UK rappers that fell off, man. He's got too much sauce, man, within the music. Who else is there that we can bring up? Maybe let's click like a artist and see what other artists pop up. We're just trying to do the comparison. Stormzy. And bear in mind, guys, DB have not sold out. So an artist like Stormzy has gone on to make the most pop songs I've ever heard, or rock, drum and bass songs, etc. DB are still streaming more than these artists. Krypton, Conan, Goats. At this point, you get it. D Block Europe are performing better than 97% of the artists in the UK. Back to my point, where did this hate actually generate from? Because it just felt like it was so forced. It was, I don't know, do we need to look at it? No, we don't. Like, I think maybe after the Blue album that they dropped, which had Ferrari Horses, The Blueprint, after that album, I felt like everyone, especially within London, just decided to switch up on DB. But again, it doesn't really make any sense because they're selling out the O2 3 times next month. So who's actually going to the shows? Again, I know they were able to capture another audience where they do support them, and that's why they're able to sell out the shows. But who's going to these shows? It must be some of the people we're hating. Who's streaming D Block Europe? How have they got 10 million monthly listeners? It must be some of the people hating, because they're clearing the rest of the UK. And that is my main point in this video. Like, people are very ignorant. You need to be protecting the other artists in the UK. A lot of people are just spending too much time hating on D Block Europe, and the question is, why are you not supporting the other artists in the UK? Because a lot of artists aren't performing well on streaming platforms. And I know Spotify doesn't tell the full story, but we know a lot of artists, especially from the Afro swing era, have fallen off, and some of them are talented. So my main question is to people, why are you focused on DBE? DBE are out of it. And if you are expecting substance and lyricism and progression within the bars from DBE, then let me tell you something. You are listening to the wrong artist. When we listen to Future, Travis Scott, Young Thug, I can even look at my wall. The Migos, Ken Carson, Offset, Young Nudie, Metro Boomin, the artist that land on his project, someone like Ghana. When you listen to these artists, are you expecting lyrics? Because I know the rest of the world aren't. So why with DB do we have to focus on lyrics? Makes absolutely no sense. And just another one as well, why we need to protect our scene is because even someone like, alright, Ghana has only made one track with a UK artist. No, two. He had a tune with Abracadabra and Charlie Sloth back in the day, but Ghana has only collaborated with another UK artist. Other than that, it was for Broken Homes, and everybody loves Ghana. My point is, Ghana knows music, bro, and the wave audience in the UK definitely know the vibes. They know music, and for Nate Smalls and M Huncho to be the only ones that have collaborated alongside Abracadabra, shout out to him, for them to be the only 2 or 3 artists to have collaborated with Ghana tells you everything. Ghana's not rushing to work with any of the other UK artists because, bro, let's be real, apart from 5 or 6 men in the UK, no one ain't really got that much crazy motion in terms of streaming that can help or uplift Ghana's thing. Yeah, I'm not saying that they're not good enough. I'm just saying numbers wise, the collaboration just wouldn't really make any sense at all. The last thing I also wanted to add was the fact that everyone is always quiet when D Block Europe drop as well. I've noticed that that's a trend in the UK. Let it be any other mainstream artist in the UK, everyone's got a lot to say about the project. Everyone's positive things. Everyone's got a lot of insightful breakdowns of their albums. Everyone has lots to say, but when it comes to D Block Europe, again, I've noticed a lot of people are quiet. They don't know what to say about it, so the only thing they really can say, if the ones that do speak up say something, their only resort is just to hate, and it's very intriguing. But I think it's funny because D Block Europe have shown countless times that, do you know what, they actually don't really need the support from the people them. They actually don't need the support from the people them. They are out of it. So it don't really matter, to be fair. You lot can ignore it, keep ignoring it. But like I said, these lot are mashing more work than 97% of the game right now. So whatever. That is about it for this video. I just wanted to address that. The hate is so forced, man. Leave DB alone, man. They're literally doing better than all of your artists that you guys claim to love. So that is it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys know what to do, man. Also, run up the streams for D Block Europe PTSD 2. Album's going crazy. See if they can outsell that other project just through streaming. If so, I don't even know what I was about to say next, but yeah, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the DB PTSD 2 album reaction. It's your boy Nathan. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm out.